I believe that nowadays, beautiful man is measured by his wealth. Pure and true love rarely exist in this era of grasper and fake people. I must say most of the women these days cannot make their relationship run for long because according to them, money is a number. A number never ends in seek of more and more wealth and luxury lifestyle. And in order to quench their thirst, they often make their own life terrible and then regret for the whole life. I believe that once a cheater is always a cheater. I have often seen people around me crying over a ditch and swindlers. I literally get to wonder every time, how do people allow that bullshit, ruining their mental peace instead of fixing the matter? They do take things on their nerves. They must accept the bitter and literal fact that we all are living in the world full of snakes and sea whiz. So better to offer revenge rather than crying over the pillows. Well, today's here, I'm with my personal experience with a ditch or girlfriend. The way I took revenge will surely make you wonder. For once, my name is Lucas Liam, who is 52 years old, rich and money, businessman. I'm based in Chicago, where I have a multinational company of automobiles. To be honest, I strived hard to get all this richness and prosperity. My wife died due to colorectal cancer. That time I was just 32 years old, and that was young enough. There is no doubt that my wife was indeed the genuine and conscientious woman. Unfortunately, we were having not enough money at that time to make her proper treatment. So she died. Our 8-year-old daughter named Oliver got highly upset after her mother's death. I started doing backbreaking and donkey work in order to get my daughter's superb lifestyle. However, many of my friends asked me to get married, but I refused every time. Even one of my divorced workmates proposed to me, but I deny it. I was actually so immersed in making money. That time passed with a fast pace. And soon my daughter grew up. After her graduation, I got my daughter married in a very good and noble family. She is now in Washington, to tell you the truth. Since my daughter left, the house has become very isolated. There is silence everywhere. Now, I used to feel so lonely and friendless that I realized that I needed to have some companionship with someone. I had everything. God gave me wealth, fame, money, but I needed a partner. Well, I started playing an online game to settle my heart. The game was quite interesting. So I used to play regularly. I admit that my age doesn't allow me to play games like a teenager. But still I used to play because there was a girl in the game whose voice was really seduced and attractive. To be honest, I used to play that game just to hear that girl's voice. We all were team members of that online game, but we never chatted in personal DMS. Coincidentally, one day she called me, but that time I was occupied in the business meeting. Although I got the call notification, but I did not pick the call up on reaching my home. I received a call from my daughter Oliver where she told me that she is pregnant and I'm going to be a grandpa soon. I was literally very happy and fall asleep. I totally forgot to respond her back. Even I did not play the game that night. The next morning when I opened my eyes, I felt my phone is vibrating. That was the same girl who was calling me. I felt my morning voice would not be so attractive for her. So I just went to washroom hurriedly and then I put the water in my mouth and rinsed it. My phone was still ringing. So I picked her call. Her voice was very enticing and tempting. I thought she must be a very young girl. Even her way of conversation was really cute and kind of childish. Her stubborn and sensitive nature was really alluring for me. The way she said hi. I was waiting for you since night, but you did not pick my call, made my heart literally beaten faster. I smiled and then asked her a name. She replied, her name is Katie. Both of us started sharing our interest, likes and dislikes. I then asked her age. She said she's 25 years old. She did not ask my age for me. That was kind of perplexing that she was even familiar with all of my progress and lifestyle. She started praising my personality. I then asked her why you want to talk with me. She had replied, I actually prefer old gentlemen who are more loyal and caring than the young ones. Her extra friendly attitude towards me was weird for me. But then I thought youngsters are actually so emotional and full of life. Next day on a rainy night when I was about to sleep, she called me once again and said, Man, seriously, are you about to sleep in such a romantic rainy season? I burst into laughter. She then started admiring beauty of rain. I wanted to see her but was afraid that she might be angry on my desperate demand. But finally, I took courage and asked her to send her snapshot. After listening, she remained silent for 5 minutes and then sent me a hot and sexy picture in a black Christmas dress. I was literally astonished after seeing her beauty and style. I could not believe how such a young, hot and pretty girl fallen for me. She never asked me to send pictures might be. She had stalked me over Facebook as she was totally impressed for my richness. Now, we started chatting all over the day. We often used to have late-night erotic talks, especially at Monday. She seemed really vanish at weekends and that was really strange for me. One day I asked her for a face-to-face meet-up. She was all ready and then asked me what should she wear. I replied something red. She said, okay, I was highly excited. As time passed, every old person actually desires to feel younger. I myself prefer young girls who are charming so that I can once again taste the sweetness of youthfulness. I remembered I woke up early that day and wore a stunning perfume as well. I was relishing the fact that I am going to date a young girl. I first bought a beautiful, vibrant, colorful handbag for her because she once told me that she liked to have them. To be honest, I was having no idea about young girls shopping. So I decided to make her purchase things by her own self. Finally, we met at a wonderful and well-known restaurant of the town. I remember she reached late, but when she reached, I was totally in love with her pretty young face and her smart figure. As soon as she reached the restaurant, I felt that she came here just for quality food and expensive gifts. Well, that was not the shocking thing at all, as I already knew that she's my sugar baby. I asked her about her routine. She told me that she do live with her sister. Both of us work in a school as an arts teacher. The way she wore the nail paint on her tidy nails revealed that she was an art teacher. I then asked her to order food. She ordered hamburger cheeseburger sandwich, milkshake, muffin burrito, tuna fish, taco, hot dog, fried chicken, donuts, bucket, soft drink, pizza, onion drinks, sausage, pretzel pancake salad, fried rice soup, bacon and pasta. Waiter were all wondering after receiving such a complex order. But the thing is, instead of eating here with me, she asked waiter to pack everything so that she could take it with her at her house. I tried to touch her hand. She denied and said there should be an expensive ring in her hands so that I may enjoy more. We then went to shopping where she bought a lot of expensive and high-priced handbags, dresses, accessories, sandals, and cosmetic stuff on going back to home. I then hold her hands while driving. I wanted to give her a passionate kiss. But meanwhile, I thought I must start the things gradually. I remember how back of my car was full of expensive girlish stuff. She asked me to drop at a cafe near to her house instead of exactly at front of her house. I agreed and then went back to my own house. I was relishing all day good memories with her. Ian was happy enough. I was feeling really relaxed and fresh. She reminded me my own sweet time of being youth. It was about 12 a.m. at night when I got high cravings for her. So I asked her an erratic video call. She said, okay, Anne asked me to transfer some amount in her account and she wanted to buy some laundries for video calls. I started giving her an allowance like she used to receive a fixed amount every week from me, and I used to pay her even more for face-to-face date. We used to date almost 5 times in a week. Her carefree attitude towards life literally made me less stressful and less depressed. I indeed agreed that old man relationship is equivalent to a paid girlfriend. It starts from hand-holding and cuddling to more mature stuff. After 5 months of our relationship, I finally asked her for a night sleepover. She agreed and then demanded a pretty good amount for shopping. I asked her to have this physical closeness on weekend, but she denied. Finally, it was Thursday night. I booked a peaceful, romantic and cool hotel room. She came in front of me in a hot skirt. I was all high at that time as she made me seduced enough by her attractive moves. This is fact that younger women are amazing in bed. I enjoyed her wholeheartedly with the additional bonus of tremendous flexibility and excitement. We activated physically multiple times that night, but perhaps I did not satisfy her, as I was literally all tired. On the next morning, she asked a more amount of money from me. I gave her that amount and asked for a kiss. She denied and said she's getting late for her job. I replied, I would pay you more than your job earning. She agreed. And then we did. Once again, her phone was ringing continuously, so soon she left. I was so addicted of her physical presence. I felt safe and secure with her, both emotionally and physically. Her last hour figure used to make me high every time she knew that I am all mad for her. So she started demanding more amount. I once asked her, "What do you think about marriage?" She replied, "I'm not interested at all. I will not get married at least till the age of 35. One day, when I was sleeping after a whole headache day, she called me and said that she would have her birthday next week. She wanted to have something special and unique. I agreed and celebrated her birthday and asked her to bring her close friends and sisters as well. Next day I called her and said, "Baby, I'm arranging such a super birthday event for you. You will definitely love it out." I felt from her voice that she was highly excited and waiting desperately for her surprise. She then asked me what you desire to have. I replied, "I want to spend a full day with you at a good hotel." She laughed and said, "All right, but I want to have an expensive car. I'm tired of such an ordinary gifts." Although the gifts she was calling ordinary was actually really expensive, but I did not consider it and decided to give an expensive car to her on her birthday. Then just 2 days remained in my girlfriend's birthday. I first took her to the spa as she loves to be pampered. I even brought her some skincare lotions and missed on my way out of the spa. I've heard once that tall beers are very near to the heart of teenage girls, and having a giant fluffy teddy bear is the dream of every girl. So I gifted her a cute sky blue tater bear as a pre-birthday gift. Finally, the day of her birthday reached. I arranged a super and magnificent birthday event for her. She reached at the venue with her sister, who was wearing baby doll dress. Her sister was a young girl with medium-length brown blonde hair, hazel green eyes and fair complexion. To be honest, my girlfriend's sister was more prettier than her. She was all wondered when she entered the party. It seems like had never seen such a luxury setup and decorations before. I noticed one strange thing, that she was smiling back at me whenever I smiled at her. She was actually all impressed and admired for my wealth and the way I was blowing money on her sister. She was actually feeling jealous of her sister. Might be thinking to toin all this. I could feel that because she was all trying to seduce me and wanted to exist as center of attention. She gave me seducing and enticing eye contact, but I did not consider well. We were about to cut her favorite blueberry cake. Meanwhile, her phone started ringing. She ignored and began to sweat. Her phone was continuously ringing. She randomly cut up the cake and went somewhere. I guess she was attending someone's call. That time, she seemed quite nervous after attending the call that she left the party very soon on asking her about her sudden departure. She replied that she's feeling not well and wanted to have some rest. She asked her sister to go with her. But her sister denied with the excuse that she wanted to have some good photographs of posting on Instagram. As soon as my girlfriend out, her sister came towards me and began to talk in a friendly way. She began to show me her uploaded pictures. Meanwhile, my side caught on a picture where my girlfriend was standing with a handsome person. I asked her, "Who is he?" She replied, "She's my sister's husband." I was totally shocked after hearing this. When I was having intention of wedding with her, I asked her several times, but she always refused me with the lame excuse that she wants to approach more towards joy of life. I got highly shocked after the trip revealed. I literally blowed up plenty of money on her, but she never told me the truth. She was actually a liar. I did not know why she was hiding this all. I got highly disappointed from this act. I decided to take a solid revenge from such a liar girl who's just hungry and desperate for money without considering one's feelings and trust. So after 2 days, I invited my girlfriend's sister and said her clearly, "Would you like to be my girlfriend with benefits?" She was kind of confused. I then extended my hand towards her and said, "Baby, don't worry. I will fully support you financially. I just want to quench my cravings from a pretty young like you. You will for sure get track of branded and high-priced gifts." Your sister ditched me and broke my trust. She never told me about her husband's existence. The way she deceived me was really not worth forgiving. I gave her more than she demanded and deserved. Her sister was listening. Everything with enormous attention. I gave her a big smile and signed a check of pretty good amount and asked her baby girl take it as a gift and go. "If you are uneasy with me, you can go," she said immediately with excitement. No, I'm greatly interested in having a relationship with you. You will for sure find the peace around me and will experience more adventurous bad life." She further said, "I personally don't like my sister. She never get understand and develop a soft corner for someone. She just means to attain maximum money. Even right at the moment, she must have 3 to 4 wealthy old men. Her husband is an ordinary man who really loves her and works as a clerk in an office that is based out of town. He's pretty unaware of my sister's activities. You must tell him about her activities." I replied, "All right." At that time, I was totally shocked, and then unintentionally I started holding hand of my girlfriend's sister in order to make myself relaxed. Meanwhile, my girlfriend approached here in the office room and shocked to see us together. She began to shout and asked in a fit of fury, "What the shit you people are doing together?" I stood from my chair and said, "Well done, gritty lady. Thank you for breaking my trust. To this extent. If you had been revealed your husband before, I could not consider this much. But the thing that compelled me to let you go is your lie. And I just hate lies. Have you ever told your husband about your affair with me? You were actually deceiving 2 persons. One is your husband who is working hard for you, and other was me who was blindly blowing my money on. You get lost, bitch. You may go. Now, me and my ex-girlfriend's sister are in a happy relationship now. There's no doubt I do blow money on her as well, but I found pure affection and care from her. My ex-girlfriend must be looking for another sugar daddy. But I bet no one can blow the money the way I used to do. What do you say? Like, what would you do with such a liar partner?